Hello everyone, we have two lawyers with us today.
Hello everyone, I'm Judy and I'm a lawyer, currently in the Supreme Court.
Hello everyone, I'm Alya and I'm a lawyer, currently in the High Court.
Today, we're going to learn about the judiciary.
The judiciary forms the third pillar of democracy, the other two being the legislature and the executive. The judiciary interprets the laws made by the legislature and sees to it that they are properly implemented by the executive. The judiciary not only protects the rights of the citizens but also resolves disputes between individual citizens, between the center and the state, and between states.
In India, we have a single integrated system of courts with the Supreme Court at the top. This means that there are no separate sets of laws and a single civil and criminal procedure operates throughout the country. Below the Supreme Court stand the high courts of different states, and under each high court there is a hierarchy of other subordinate courts. All cases coming from the lower courts can be taken to the High Court and ultimately to the Supreme Court by way of appeal.
1 hour later.
Now we are in front of the Supreme Court. Judy, can you please tell us about the Supreme Court?
Sure, Alya. The Supreme Court is at the apex of the Indian judiciary, that is, at the top of the judicial system. All sorts of disputes and differences arising between the centre and the states are settled by the Supreme Court. Therefore, it is called the guardian of the Constitution or the final interpreter.
Sounds interesting. Go ahead.
The Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice of India and 33 other judges. The judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President in consultation with the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts as he thinks necessary. The Chief Justice of India is appointed on the basis of seniority. There are certain qualifications to become a judge in the Supreme Court. They are: he or she must be a citizen of India, must have been a judge of High Court for at least 5 years, must be an advocate of a High Court for not less than 10 years, and must be an eminent jurist, that is, a famous judge in the opinion of the President. A judge of the Supreme Court remains in office till he attains the age of 65 years. He may resign by submitting his resignation to the President. A judge cannot be removed from office except by an order of the President on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. The judges receive their salary from the Consolidated Fund of India, and it cannot be lower during their tenure, that is their term, excepting the period of financial emergency. Another fact is that the Chief Justice of India will get a monthly salary of approximately 2.8 lakh, and other judges of the Supreme Court will get a monthly salary of approximately 2.5 lakh. Now, let's go to the High Court of Karnataka to learn about high courts.
Sure, let's go.
The next morning.
Now, we are standing in front of the High Court of Karnataka. So, let's learn about high courts.
The Constitution of India provides for a High Court in each state. At the state level, the High Court is the highest judicial authority. However, the Parliament can establish a common High Court for 2 or more states and union territories. The High Court of Chandigarh has jurisdiction over Punjab and Haryana, while the Mumbai High Court enjoys jurisdiction over the states of Maharashtra and Goa. Delhi is the only union territory with a High Court, while the remaining 6 union territories are under the jurisdiction of High Courts of adjacent states. A High Court of India comprises a Chief Justice and such other judges as the President of India decides from time to time. The number of judges of a High Court is not fixed.
Sounds interesting. Go ahead.
The Chief Justice and other judges of the High Court are appointed by the President in consultation with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the Governor of the concerned state. There are certain qualifications required to be the judge of the High Court. They are: he or she should be a citizen of India, should have held a judicial office in the country for at least 10 years, should have been an advocate of a high court for at least 10 years. The judge of a high court remains in office till they attain the age of 62 years. A judge may resign by writing to the president. However, judges can be removed from the office on ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. The Chief Justice and the judges of a high court receive their salaries and allowances from the consolidated fund of the state. They are also entitled to a rent-free residence. After retirement, they receive pension. Another fact is that the Chief Justices of high courts will draw a monthly salary of approximately 2.5 lakh.
Thank you, Alya and Judy, for explaining to us about the judiciary of India. Now, let us do a small comparative study between the Supreme Court and the High Court. First of all, the qualifications for judges in the Supreme Court are: you should be a citizen of India, a judge of a high court for at least 5 years, an advocate of a high court for not less than 10 years, and an eminent jurist in the opinion of the president. Whereas the qualifications necessary to be a judge in the high court are: you should be a citizen of India, you should have held a judicial office in the country for at least 10 years, and you should have been an advocate of high court for at least 10 years. Secondly, the age of retirement of a judge in the Supreme Court is 65 years, whereas in High Court it is 62 years. Finally, the judges can be removed from office in both the Supreme Court and the High Court by the President's order on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity.